So today we've got an exciting project on our hands. Now, as you can tell by the title, we're swapping a V8 into a Ford Capri. Now, this is the donor vehicle. And you might have seen it do a burnout at Wheels Up North on one of our previous videos. If you've not seen that, go and have a little look. But here's the donor vehicle. It's a 4-litre V8, 1UZ Toyota Soarer, or Lexus Soarer. Now, the previous owner has straight piped it and took out the cats, so it sounds absolutely mental. I'm going to just show you before I start stripping it. I'm going to show you what it sounds like. Now, when I put it in the Capri, I'm going to have to put silencers in, because that is silly, absolute silly. Fun, but silly.
It'd be alright if it was going on the burnout pad only.
Yeah.
But it's probably not. It's going to be a daily user, isn't it? Well, a weekly user. Maybe a monthly user.
Right, so.
Have you told them you've been and lost the keys?
No, I haven't yet. They've been slightly
thick.
Low IQ'd.
Yeah.
I misplaced the keys for this. So, I'll show you. I'll just give you a quick view on what I had to do to get it going.
To rob his own car.
Yeah. So, there's my ignition with the steering lock on. And there's the black cap. Now, I know a lot of you are going to put the accent and, you know, robbing cars together, so I'll put that up there.
Yeah, say it first, you can't say it.
Yeah, that's it. You're just copying then. Anyway, time to start stripping it.
Crusty under there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crusty. Yes. Hore, guacamole.
Right, so that's the exhaust, the prop, the gear linkage, and I've loosened the gearbox mount, but I've left it on for obvious reasons. I don't want the gearbox dropping now. Now I'm just going to start taking off all the inlet stuff and take the battery off. I'm going to try and get the rad and all that out. Make a bit of space around the engine to see what else needs to come out.
So everything we've basically took off the car here now is fuel lines are off, rads out, hoses are off, everything's disconnected other than the wiring loom to the engine, which Andy's just done with now. He's just inside the car piss balling about, so it's not far from being yanked out the hole. A few bits that probably aren't going to go in the Capri when he puts the engine back in the Capri: air conditioning, power steering, and the fan's not attached to the engine. It's not like on a viscous fan or nothing like that. It's fed by oil that makes it turn, so it's obviously oil pressure to the fan. That's just going to be a nightmare, so we're just going to jib that off. He's already got an alley rad in the Capri, so you could just put fans on a switch. It'd make it an awful lot easier. They are better just putting them on a switch, like, because you can just go, right, get them a bit hot, bang them on, leave them on. Don't know what you've done with the torch. Oh, it's on the roof there. So as soon as he's done that there, it is literally ready to take out. We'll probably take the bonnet off just to make it easier. So we'll get back to you when it's coming out the hole. Right, now the bonnet's off, we can lift the car up and undo the engine. It's ready to lift out. Oh, it loads.
Yeah, there's the question.
It's going to stop when it hits that anyway, isn't it?
It's got it.
Can't?
That's it, mate.
Yeah. So all we were testing there really was how much that would drop down until it stopped. It was safe to bring the car back down there now and then lift the engine up. We're gonna have to take the front of the car off.
Doesn't come off.
It doesn't come off?
No.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonder what the idea behind that was? Extra strength in the crash.
No, really.
Oh, the front of the car doesn't unbolt.
Right, so it's time to lift the engine out. Now, our engine hoist over there, at full stretch, didn't even reach the engine. So we've got to borrow this big old school thing. And we're just going to hook it up to a chain. This chain we've put on the engine. And hopefully we'll be able to lift it all out as one big lump. But we will see, you know.
Why have I been waiting fucking 12 months?
I think you need to stand on it. The beating heart, that's going into the Capri.
Horses are on top of it.
I wanted the chain, but
I'll run out now.
yeah. That's high, that.
That's a bang if that comes down.
Yeah.
Go down quick.
Quick!
Yeah. So it's less scary. Right, hang on, leave it like that for a minute. Let's find the pallet.
That's a big engine bay, that Right, so this is. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's coming out that hole. It looked like it was going to be tight.
Right, so now that the engine's out and we've got your attention, we're going to give the Audi TT away when we get to 30,000 subscribers. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to be in with a chance of winning the Audi TT. Now let's get back to work. Yeah, so
The next thing we're doing now that the engine's out is the Capri obviously hasn't got power steering because it's old, so that's coming off. It hasn't got aircon, so that's coming off. And I think this is some kind of oil pump, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to figure that one out. But then, obviously your pulleys end up in a different configuration. So all you do is you get like a piece of string, wrap it round where you want it to go, and measure it the length. And then
and you can just order.
Count the ribs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a 6 pk. And then say it's a metre long. I know it's not, but
or whatever it
yeah,
is.
6 pk, like fucking 989 or whatever it is. The length is the number. The 6 pk is the ribs, and that's how you work out.
So I take it you can just order any size belt.
Most. They don't do every mill, but yeah. There's loads of cars, there's that many cars with different ones on that you'll find them very close.
Take it you can just buy a different tensioner then if you needed to tension more.
No, you just buy a smaller belt.
Don't stretch the figure on.
Yeah, so normally you'll get away with like 10mm difference either way because of the tensioner takes so much up. But yeah, so that's the next thing. I'm going to strip this down now, well strip a few bits off it. I'm going to ring, there's a guy we met at Wheels Up North, he's done a few of these engine conversions. I'm going to ring him, see what I need and what I don't need, and then the next thing will be to strip as many parts off this and sell them. Now, if I can sell a grand 1,500 quid's worth of stuff off it, then I might look into making this manual, because obviously it's auto at the minute. But I want to try and keep it on the cheap, so I was going to throw it in as an auto, but I prefer a manual.
Yeah.
But it's 1,500 quid for a manual conversion. So anyway.
Do you get pedals and everything with the conversion?
Well no, because the Capri's got 3 pedals.
Oh yeah. Shoot, yeah.
I'd have to put a pedal box in for this, or put them pedals in, or something, to make this one work.
Yeah.
So, it'd save me doing work on the interior, like inside work. But obviously it's 1,500 quid that I'd have to spend there. We'll see. So, if anyone wants to buy any Soarer parts and help us out, so we can manual this, well, then I can clutch it and just rev whenever I want. Pam!
Yeah, so just bang in neutral.
And then slip the clutch and do a sick. Right, anyway, let's get on with this. There's the aircon pump. It's getting lighter, this engine, man. I'll put that earth back on there so I don't forget and the car doesn't start when I put it in. Right, so after speaking to the guy that does the 1UZ conversions, he said basically these engines run quite easy, as in you need about 7 wires to get it running. So, to save a load of mess and having all this tucked in the Capri somewhere, I'm going to take the whole loom off. I'll probably tidy a few bits up that you can see, and then he's going to send me a wiring diagram. I'll see if I can make sense of it and see if we can make a loom for that to go in the Capri. But I think that's the way we're going. Trying to minimise everything that's on the engine. There's weight reduction in it.
Oh yeah. Weight reduction means more fast.
Yeah, basically. And each time I look at the box, I think I want a manual. So, I need to sell some stuff. If I get some stuff sold to get a manual conversion, I talked to him about it and he said you can use an M3 gearbox or any of the, like the 3 litre diesel BMW gearboxes, like 335 gearboxes and stuff like that. Obviously I'd want it manual. So yeah, and then it'd have to have an adapter plate. So buy a BM box, adapter plate, you get a clutch. What I'm going to tackle next is taking the whole loom off this. But obviously I'm going to have to remove a lot of things like the inlet and all that, because wires just go absolutely everywhere. But I'll show you when we're a bit closer to being done. Right, so I've got everything I need off this engine now, I think, and I've took the loom off. Now that's going to be a job in itself, trying to sort the loom out, but for now I'm going to just tidy the engine up a bit. So, as you can see here, oh, hang on. I took the rocker covers off and Liam's just messing about with the inlet manifold, masking all the holes up, and we're going to spray them just to make the engine look a little bit better when it goes in the Capri. And I've decided now doing a manual conversion on it. So I've found a guy in Wrexham that's got the gearbox, the flywheel, the adapter plate, and it comes with another engine. So I think the idea behind that is that other engine will either go with another manual gearbox or it'll get that auto gearbox on and it'll be going in the taxi as the burnout taxi. So that'll be a fun one. Now here's the rocker covers. I've just primed them, a bit of etch primer, and I'm going to do them a lovely colour that from one of our previous cars. I'll show you in a second. Make sure we shake it up. Don't know if I'm going to keep this. See what it looks like when they dry. The paints can change as they dry, so yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a massive lover of that. But I'm going to have to do the other one now, because if I spray over them, that one being that colour and that one being that colour, whatever I choose might come out different. You wanna have a look, like, see what you think? Like I say, I don't know if it's 100% covered yet.
No, it's not like defo, but
yeah,
it looks alright though.
I'm not sure if I like the colour.
I'll buy something then. So Andy's decided he doesn't like the blue, so he's gone for boring black. Hey, nah, this is just a base colour for the other colour he's picked. We only spent about 4 hours in the paint shop whilst he made his mind up what colour he wanted. There's loads of colours that you could have picked, but John's trying to freaking pick one.
Yeah, nearly got banned for it so that long.
Yeah, bad. You're bad. Don't come back. The fella said he lost money on the tins of paint, but how long he took dealing with him picking paint.
Anyway,
so everything's cleaned. Everything's
that's a base coat.
Yeah, that's the base coat. It's all done. To be honest, they look nice and they look quite nice in satin black, but they're just a bit boring, isn't it? But it's gone with something not too in your face colour wise, but
classy.
it is really nice. Like, we'll get it mixed, get the spray gun setup. It is slightly bodgy because we are outside doing it, but potato, it's only an engine cover.
We haven't got a booth and it's only a little bit.
That's it. So it is what it is. But yeah, we'll get it mixed and we'll chuck a bit of paint at it.
Yeah,
I think it'll look really good.
This isn't even getting sanded. Them, because they're smooth, quick tickle off and then hit them both with the base. Get them in colour.
Let's go. We've got the gun set up, colouring. We are going to go on nice and light. There is a mad coloured green like, but it'll take a couple of coats to get where we want it to be. Make it nice and shiny.
Nice, that, isn't it? I'm glad I went for that.
Got a bit of a dry spot there as well.
Right, so there's the finished result. All nice and dry. It's still gleaming. I'm happy with them. I love the colour as well. Right now, so over the weekend, we've been and bought the manual conversion stuff. So that's the adapter plate that we're going to have to bolt to the engine. This is the adapted flywheel, which we've got to bolt to the flex plate. And here is the BMW manual ZF gearbox. Now, I've got the prop, the donut. I did get a clutch from a breakers this morning just to mock it up, but the friction disc spigot's different. This fits the pressure plate, but so I'm just gonna have to order a new kit. Now, I've spoke to our parts supplier and they've given us the dimensions and how many teeth it's got, so it sounds like it's the right one. It's a 320D clutch, I think. So I think I'm ordering that now, and then while I'm waiting for that to come, I'm going to get the automatic gearbox off the engine. But over the weekend, while we went and got the manual conversion, I'll show you something else. Sunny out here. I managed to pick up another engine. Another 1UZ. They give me 2 manual gearboxes with it, so I don't know what route to do with that, but pretty sure that's going to be for the burnout taxi. So hopefully next year at the car shows, if any of you come, you'll see the taxi there doing some sick burnouts. But for now, I'm going to lift this engine up. I'm going to have to unbolt the torque converter, which I think there's a hole, hang on, I think there's a hole through the bottom there somewhere where we can unbolt it. And then I'll unbolt all the lines, unbolt the gearbox, rip that off, and then I can put the conversion plate on and put the new flywheel. Now I've watched a couple of people's conversions now, and you just bolt it straight to the flex plate as it is, so doesn't sound too hard. Let's see. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, obviously this has got a hydraulic clutch sleeve, so I am going to have to buy a hydraulic clutch pedal with a master cylinder on it and then run a line in. But other than that, I've got everything else I need really, apart from fabricating a mount, but again, we'll only know when it's in the car. There it is, back on the engine stand. Put a strap here just to lift the back end of the gearbox because it was tilting quite a bit down. I've just got to be careful, but I should just take, oh, I can't even get it in. Take them 2 bolts off there that you can see, and should be able to get to all the torque converter bolts. Let's see. There she is. So there is one of about 6, I think, of the torque converter bolts. Now that's what I need to undo. So I'll undo that one, and then I'll cycle the engine from this front pulley around until I got all 6. Then I can put it back on the ground, take the oil lines off, take the dipstick off, and then I'll be able to unbolt the bell housing and just slide the whole lot away. And then I can start with the conversion. Liam's not here today either. He's got the man flu. And I think I'm just getting it. I feel a tickle in my throat now. Not good, not good. Well, let's crack on with this. Easy way for us to tell now. Let's have a quick look at this other engine and it'll show you how many bolt holes are in this flex plate. Yeah, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's them all out. Right. Now get the oil dipstick and the cooler lines off, I think. And then unbolt it. There's one. So that's loose. They're not going to come out of there. So we need to take that off there and that one off there. It's going to be fun. I'll get back to you in a minute when I've got them off. So I can already tell they're going to be a nightmare. And so she is. I've just decided to drain the auto gearbox. As when I took the lines off, it was pissing oil out basically. Just chuck the lines down there in case we need them. So we don't know what we're running in the taxi yet, so I'm going to keep hold of everything so we can have the taxi as an auto as we need to. I mean, it is an auto at the minute, so it'd be easier, and we wouldn't have to buy an adapter plate for that. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. We'll just keep it all to one side. Now I've got to unbolt all these bell housing bolts all the way around, and then when I lower it to the floor I'll be able to slide the lot away. This sump nut come out a bit sideways and the thread's knackered on it, so I don't know what to do with that. I'll have to find another nut and just put that in. I don't know. Let's just have a go at this. No, see, it's knackered. Right, anyway, let's get them done. That's all the bolts out, bar the 2 top ones. I'm going to lower it down and then I'll undo them. Hopefully the gearbox will come straight off. There we go. Back on its pallet. It's all the box bolts out, I think. We will soon see. Right, it's coming. Bloody hell. Call myself a mechanic, eh? I had loosened it, just hadn't took it out. Now it should come off. Oh, talking about it, stay there. Why? Is that stuck on? Oh, come on. Oh, shite. Oh, what a disaster. Right, nearly a disaster, as you've just seen. One thing I failed to think ahead of, basically, when I took the gearbox, obviously, well less weight over here. The chain slid through this bit. So obviously the engine slid forward, but luckily enough it was still on the hook and didn't ruin anything. But it's still doing it at the minute, so I've just had to wedge the screwdriver in. Now on to the next bit. So I've got the adapted flywheel to put on. Now you just undo them centre bolts, leave the spacer on and put that on, and then bolt the adapter ring itself on, which is there. So that's the next job. Right, so there's the adapter plate placed on. Now look how much of a tight fit it is. Precision. Now you do have to undo this bolt, otherwise it squashes this wire behind it. So now I just need to find the bolts that the guy gave me. They're about somewhere in the bags. And then I'll undo all these and I'll put the flywheel on. Forgot to order my clutch. Belting. Right, so just trying to get the bolts in then. Second thing, problem I've ran into. This bolt here is touching the back of that. And if you look there, there's still a bit of a gap. So it's hitting that and that, which are the starter motor bolts. So I either have to get smaller ones of them or take a grinder to the end and just sand them off a bit. And just whip them out and do it in the vise, be easier. Do one at a time. So the starter doesn't move because it looks like a nightmare to do one of them. I don't even know if you get other bolts. I don't know what comes in the kit. And because it's a second-hand kit, I don't know if everything's there. So I'm just going to shorten these down and I don't know what's right.
A few moments later.
So there's the adapter plate all bolted on. As you can see now, I've got a bit of a gap here between the nut and the adapter plate, and there's no gap between the block and the adapter plate. So if you're doing one of these, either shorten them or put different bolts in and remove this bolt here so you don't squash this wire. Now, I've just undone all these while I was off camera, and they're all there. And these are the new ones that they give you. Look at the length difference, obviously, because I've got to go through that as well. So let's get that on. Now this is the first engine I've ever manual converted. To be honest, I've never really done engine conversions, so this is our first engine conversion and first manual conversion in one. So hopefully it all goes well. Oh. Right, now I know I've not got the clutch on. I'm still waiting for it to come, but I'm going to try and bolt that to that. Oh, bolt the gearbox to the engine. One, I need to make sure I've got the right bolts. Now he's given me a selection of bolts, and when I went to a car breakers this morning, I got when I went to look at that clutch, which was wrong. He gave me a load of bolts, so probably wrong, but I've got a selection anyway. So I just need to see which ones fit where. So I'm going to mock that up, wait for the clutch to come. When the clutch comes, take it back off, mount the clutch in, bolt it back up. Bob's your uncle. Right, so another thing that you've got to do. Now, I watched a couple of videos on this, and I've just realised when I've come to put the gearbox on, Lee Lockwood done a 1UZ conversion in his E30 Beamer, and he chopped out a little bit of this here, the strengthener. Now when you line it up, see the straight line goes with that straight line, so basically that's 12 o'clock, that's where the starter comes out, and apparently that comes out and hits this. So I just need to make a little modification in here, make that bit come away, and then we'll be good, I think. Then we'll try and bolt it on. Right, where's the grinder? Right, so they're all fun and games, these conversions, especially when you don't know what you're doing properly. Now, I've tried to mount this gearbox to the adapter plate, and basically the gearbox, because there's no clutch, nothing's obviously engaging there, so that's fine. But when I touch the whole box on the adapter plate, the box is still wobbling, so the input shaft of the gearbox is not locating in the spigot bearing. So it's still loose, if you get me. So I can put it to it and literally do a circle with it there. If it had the input shaft in the spigot, it'd only rotate. It wouldn't, like, you know, oscillate. So I've done some measurements. I've put straight edge across here, measured the gap to the input shaft. I've put these, which is 60mm, out of the engine exactly, and then put a straight edge across there, measured to there. And I think that input shaft is literally landing just in front of it. So it's not actually sitting in. So that's the 6-speed ZF box that I wanted. But I've been out, and like I said, I've got 2 gearboxes with this. I've got the 5-speed Getrag, is it? And I've measured that, and that that input shaft sits 20mm further out, which will locate in there. So it looks like I'm gonna have to dig that out the van now, clean a few bits up, because I had bits of surface rust on here and on the, I don't even know what that bit's called, where the release bearing slides. So I'm gonna clean that one up, and then I'm gonna try and mock that one on. But what a nightmare. No one tells you this when you're doing conversions, do they? So there we are. One manual, one UZ. Ta-da! Right, so I've only got it in with 1 bolt, but the input shaft does go into the spigot, which will secure the input shaft from exploding. It fits in, and it's actually smaller. It's 5-speed, this one, which I wanted the 6, obviously, for better gear ratios and all that, and apparently they're quite strong. They're stronger than the 5-speeds. But obviously input shaft's too short, so it's useless to me. I'll probably just sell that. And then here it is, here's the setup. So now I'll just leave it like that until the clutch comes. I'm probably just going to chuck the rocker covers on, just so they're off the floor. So I don't like leaving them on the floor like that, so strip them down, put them back on, place the inlet on. Once that's arrived, I'll get that all boxed on, then the gearbox can go on for good. And then these gearboxes already had slave cylinders as well, external slaves. So all I need to do is hook something up to this, and it'll work, hopefully. But yeah, that's how you 1UZ, that's how you manual swap a 1UZ. Right, so there it is. I've just placed the rocker covers back on and the inlet, just to cover up any holes and so they're not knocking about on the floor. Manual box is on. Just got to get a clutch now. I'm not sure about this bit here, as in this is where the starter motor, it pops out, and apparently it comes out past this, so I don't know if I'm going to have to notch the box here like I did on the other one, but a bit more on the 5-speed. But I'll figure that out. I need to put a live to the exciter wire and just let it shoot out and see if it touches. We'll see what happens, but I'll let you know when the clutch comes and we do all that. And so there she is, the 1UZ manually converted. Now look at them. And painted rocker covers. Now when we did fit this, we've had to take a little bit out the bell housing, because the starter comes out and hits it apparently on, because it's not meant to be there. But
it's a small price to pay. It's like that's what you have to do to make it fit.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone that's fitted them does that.
Or go and spend 30 grand and get a gearbox made or whatever it is.
You can buy a Toyota gearbox to go for them, but they're mega expensive. Yeah. It's like a manual super gearbox or something like that. It's grand. Yeah. I'm not spending that.
No.
Squeak when I walk.
Not when everyone else does that.
But in buying the conversion plate that we've got there come with another engine. Come as part of a package. So we've got a spare 1UZ there now. I've put my auto box on it. And guess what's going in? What are you saying?
What?
What are you saying?
Someone's broke the thing.
The which?
You've got to like push it on the wonk to make it work.
So anyway, right. So there it is, ready to go in the car. Now, the only one thing I've got to do before we start trying to mock it up in the car is I'm going to put a cam belt kit on it. So in the next video, we're going to bring the Capri in and get that stripped. So if you've liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment.